How did the Calgary real estate market do in 2022, and what can you expect for 2023? Will it be more favorable to buyers or sellers? We're going to give you our thoughts and our advice if you're looking to buy a home, selling a home, or want to invest in an income property here in Calgary. Okay, let's get right into it. So it's no secret that the housing market has been hot in the recent years, and 2022 was no exception. In fact, sales reached a record high of 29,700 units. And if you look at this pricing graph since 2017, you can see that Calgary average prices are higher than the last few years. And in 2022, we saw double-digit growth. However, things did start to cool off in the second half of the year, with sales slowing and inventory levels reaching their lowest levels in over a decade. So what does this mean for those looking to buy a home? Well, it's important to remember that the market generally favors sellers right now because of the low supply, particularly in the detached and semi-detached markets. This means that prices may continue to rise and it may be more difficult to negotiate a lower price on a home. Now, multiple offers, they're still happening, but the Calgary real estate market isn't in a frenzy like it was a year ago. That time reminded me of the craziness in 2008 and 2014. If you're in the market to buy a home, our advice would be to consider making a purchase sooner rather than later. Some economists are expecting that interest rates will not necessarily go down, but stay stable, potentially into summer. With low supply, it may become more competitive to find the home of your dreams. Will the spring market be better? Well, typically we see more supply coming onto the market, but it's also a time when people start buying. What makes this year different from 2020 and earlier is the unprecedented inter-province demand from people moving and investing in Alberta. This demand may keep inventory low and prices high. There's an estimated 22,000 people coming each year to Calgary in the next 4 years, totaling almost 90,000 people. What do you think is going to do to demand? Well, most will probably rent at first, but eventually a lot of them will end up buying in the coming years, adding buying pressure to our Calgary market. If you're trying to time the market, forget it, guys. You cannot time the market because real estate statistics is a lagging indicator. You can only see what happened in the past. So if the trend has bottomed out, then you'll know you'll hit rock bottom after you've come out of it. Now, some of you guys are thinking, well, what if a recession hits? Will prices and demand go down then? The truth is, it could, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. 25% of Alberta's GDP comes from oil and gas. Based on this article, analysts are guessing oil will stay around $80 to $96 per barrel this year. Just like the recession in 2008, and though we may be affected by the recession, we will be better insulated than other cities or countries where their economy is not based on energy and resources. With recessions, interest rates go down, and with all the people wanting to move here, it all adds demand for Calgary real estate. Also, if you are thinking that the foreign buyer ban that came into effect January 1st of this year will affect the real estate market, it won't. At least not in my opinion, because foreign ownership accounts for about 3.5% of all Canadian homes. So the impact, I feel, is going to be very low. By the way, I will be coming out with an updated video on the foreign buyer ban because no one in the real estate industry, it seems like, including lawyers, lenders, mortgage brokers, and real estate agents, have 100% clarity on this because it hasn't been very clear coming from the government. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so you know when that comes out. You guys had it pretty good in 2022, and the dice may be on your side this year. Low inventory, strong demand, and great prices. Although pricing has come down a bit, it has been relatively stable in the last half of 2022. Here's the one thing I want you buyers and sellers to consider. Don't bother timing the market, but instead look at your risk tolerance. We know what prices are today, but we cannot predict what they will be months away. If you are a buyer or investor, you knowing what your interest rate is and pricing allows you to budget for your new home or income property. For sellers, it's kind of the same thing, but I personally think the market is more on your side than buyers. Do you take what you know what you can get today? Or do you take a chance and wait it out in hopes for better pricing in the future? And remember, as much as pricing can go up, there's also a chance that pricing could be lower when you decide to sell. If you are risk adverse, it may make sense to sell your home at a price you know you can get. That is the risk tolerance, because all other factors are unknown or completely out of our control. Okay, let's talk about the stats. Remember, this is compared to the same time last year. Sales. Detached was down 38.7%, semi-detached down 35.6%, townhomes down 34.2%, apartments were up 1.3%. Inventory. Detached was up 17.6%, semi-detached up 5.1%, townhomes down 37.8%, and apartments was also down at 38.5%. New listings. Detached was down 23.4%, semi-detached down by 2.8%, townhomes down by 21.6%, and apartments down 2.1%. Pricing. Now remember guys, this is for average pricing, okay? So detached was at $638,916 or up 8.94%. Semi-detached was $543,886 or up 9.7%. Townhomes at $352,447 or up 11.4%. And apartments $283,333 or up 8.1%. Months of supply. Okay, what months of supply means is it's a metric that we use to determine what kind of market we're in, buyers, sellers, or a balanced market. It means that based on last month's sales, how many months would it take to sell all of its existing inventory? In Calgary, between 2.5 and 4 months is a balanced market. Anything less than 2.5 months is a seller's market. Anything more than 4 months is a buyer's market, okay? So for detached market, it was at 1.72 months. Semi-detached was 2.62 months. Townhomes was 1.46 months. And apartments was 2.09 months. So you can see that the months of supply for December 2022 for the Calgary real estate market tells us that we are in a seller's market for virtually everything. Semi-detached is on the border of a balanced market and a seller's market. Hopefully this was all valuable to you, and if it was, we would love your support if you could take a second to hit the like button. And if there's anything that resonated with you, feel free to let us know in the comments below. If you have any topics that you would like us to cover, then please let us know in the comments below. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary Realtor with the LiveInnerCity real estate team at Real Broker, and we'll see you next time.